because that's when the trouble started. Usually we don't run into that too much anymore. You know, they finally figured out that we are broadcasting this from a licensed radio station, but occasionally that issue still pops up. But we have a call. Hi, welcome to Matt Connarton Unleashed. Who's this?
Matt Connarton, it's Slicko. What's going on?
Slicko, how are you? Haven't heard from you in a long time.
Oh, crazy weekend. We, that's why I called, actually, Matt. We just did a sold-out show at the Button Factory in Portsmouth.
Oh.
Saturday night. 2 kids had their first show ever, and I got my first band. We are banned from the Button Factory indefinitely.
Okay, well, this sounds like a good story. So you've been banned from that venue?
I have been banned from that venue.
All right. Well, tell us what happened.
Well, so, it's the Button Factory. It's a very small venue. They don't get a lot of people there, so we did a hip-hop show.
Mm-hmm.
We had SG603 come out. We had Sweet come out, Gat Helms, and Max Nimbus. It was their first show. All these kids showed up. We were at capacity. We literally couldn't let any more people in the building because of fire code. So we had the place jumping.
Mm-hmm.
There's a great video coming out. We'll post that when it comes out. So the show's great. You know, we're running the sound. Everything's good. We have high security in there, so nobody's drinking. It is an all-age show, so we need to, make sure people are behaving.
Right.
We solid 2 hours. We had Abe the Grim open and host. And he did a really, really good job of hosting the show. Everybody who performed was amazing. Towards the end of the night, we had a bunch of people get on the radio who've never been on the radio before. These are younger kids, 18, 19, 20, 21 years old. So they got a great opportunity. Some of them did their first show, sold-out show. Towards the end of the night, everyone was leaving. There was a hit-and-run accident in the parking lot. If anybody has the information, Saturday night, a vehicle was hit in the parking lot.
Oh, my God.
Of 909 Islington Road or Street in Portsmouth.
Mm-hmm.
And because of this hit-and-run, I guess the cops were called, obviously. Damage reports filled out and such. There were some posts that were put up the next day after the show, which talked about some people had like a bloody nose, I guess, and some puke, which was referring to the after party that happened well after this show.
Mm-hmm.
So now it is being told to me that we are banned from doing hip-hop shows, all-age hip-hop shows at the Button Factory, which actually you would think that somebody would nicely tell me that in a private message, send me a letter. Regarding that fact, I actually just found out through a mutual friend through a tweet. So, people are still tweeting, apparently.
Yes,
and,
yes.
So, the tweet was from Trump, and he said we are officially banned from the Button Factory. We are not going to be booked again. So, it's my first ban. I'm like, banned from the Button Factory has a kind of nice ring to it.
Yeah. Well, so that's the first. That is the first venue that you've ever been banned from.
Yeah, the first venue ever been banned from.
Wow.
And basically over a hit and run and some puke at the after party. So if you're booking that place, be careful, because if someone is sick, you might have some issues.
Yeah.
But we still keep in contact with the radio station. Maybe I can do some radio interviews via phone, since I'm not allowed back there. But quite a weekend, let me tell you. The video's going to come out soon, and it's going to be wild.
Wait, so does the Button Factory, are they directly associated somehow with the radio station there?
You have to walk through the Button Factory to get to the radio station, so I'm not totally sure. I would imagine that they don't want me in the building.
Oh, wow. Hmm.
But yeah, I don't know. We'll find out. Maybe the whole station too.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm not going to drop any names, but I'm just saying.
Right.
Maybe I should have snuck in there. I didn't even do the radio interview after because I was too busy making sure that the policewoman had everything she needed for this accident that happened in the parking lot. And maybe they didn't know that they hit the car.
Right.
So it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, basically that. And then I woke up Sunday morning, and went over some things. I'm about to sign a contract for a big show coming up in September, the 13th, 14th, and 15th in Harmony, Maine. And I know you know about this, Matt, the 656 Fest.
Yeah, I've heard about it. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm playing the 656 Fest.
Why is it called that? Why is it the 656 Fest?
Well, it's the guys from 656 putting it on.
Okay.
You had the 656 guys on your show a couple years ago when we did the Hash Bash too.
Yeah, wasn't it called something else though?
Dylan.
Wasn't it called the Cannaba?
Oh, the Canna Carnival.
The Canna Carnival. Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, I like those guys.
So, yeah, Northern Light Nations. They're basically 656. It's their record label. They have many things going on currently. I mean, they manage rappers. They do festivals, fundraisers, and this festival is huge. I mean, you have Havoc from Mobb Deep. You have Twisted, Slain, Term, Deadeye. Dirtball's going to be there. I mean, the list goes on. I can't remember everyone off the top of my head, but it's a 3-day festival. Tickets are only $100, and you can camp out there and just enjoy yourself. There's plenty of festivities, if you would, going on. So yeah, it's going to be a great weekend. Basically, the end of the summer. So if you guys need tickets, let me know, and come down, because this is going to be probably one of the biggest shows I've done, and we're going to film the whole thing. I'm working with a great camera guy. His name's Weird Howie. He's making music videos, documentaries. He's the one who filmed at the show the other night, and he's the new guy. He's the new Team Happiness guy.
Oh, okay. Hey, speaking of Team Happiness, did I see a picture of you with EFC on Facebook?
Yes, you did, Matt. You did see a picture of me and EFC.
Yes.
Hopefully we can get EFC on board. I'm thinking one more tour, one album, one tour, and then we just call it a wrap,
Yeah.
I did officially retire last year at the Button Factory, mind you.
Yes.
I retired at the Button Factory, and now I'm banned. And we did a guest appearance. I was paid a lot of money to do a guest appearance at the Brick House earlier this year for the Ape the Grim Bug Out CD release for Grimfluence, which was also a great show. Why not? I'm on the air. Except one of the people at the show, had some issues with my promotional skills. He unfortunately was missing his set due to being kicked out of the venue. He got back in the venue. Obviously, at this point, we have headliners on. He's not going to be closing the show, being an opener. He had some tickets, so he paid me for some tickets. He sold all of his tickets, so he made some money. He actually owed me $30. He never paid me, and because I wouldn't let him perform, he punched me in the face, assaulted me.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, and then he came out with a diss track, interview, I believe. It's funny because he's trying to be Tony D's little brother.
Tony D. Young?
Grandfather. Tony D. Young,
yeah.
Unfortunately, though, he's not as smart as Tony D. Young. And it has come to my attention that this said person is actually dating the Lauren.
Who?
Currently. Lauren from the track.
Oh,
My
okay.
doctor.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Yes.
Now, whatever.
So my arch enemy is currently dating my stalker.
Your arch enemy is currently dating your stalker. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Now, whatever happened to Tony DeYoung? Did that appearance on Dr. Phil catapult him into stardom?
I'm not exactly. I haven't heard much. I think he might be chilling with Tuvok in Cuba at this point because, no, I haven't heard nothing about him in a long time. Nor my buddy 6ix9ine. You know, it's not looking good. He ratted. He should be, looking to get out of jail soon. But he's, some people are going to be mad. He ratted.
That's right. Yes. Oh, 6ix9ine.
That's my boy though. 6ix9ine. When you get out, man, hit me up. I got you. I'll give you a place to stay. No one will find you in New Hampshire. Bet. We'll do a little album together.
Right.
Yeah, so it's just been an eventful kind of weekend, Get banned from one place, get signed up for a big festival. Street team's working strong this year. The summer of 2019 is going to be crazy.
Do you think you're getting banned from the Button Factory helped get you signed on to that festival, because that has to be good for your notoriety, right? Your street cred.
Yeah. I mean, busting down shows where you're at max capacity and things are so crazy that people can't handle it, you get banned. It's just, it's beautiful publicity. So
yeah.
With that being said, I think it's going to open up a lot of opportunities for me.
Yes.
And, we're here to rock. I got a whole new team I'm working with.
Yeah.
These rappers are very talented, and they're very young, and for their age to be rapping the way they are is mind blowing.
Yeah.
The potential they have to blow up as artists is very amazing. So, look for some good shows with these guys, some good videos coming out, and we might maybe at the end of the summer put on a little New Hampshire festival, a one-day all-nighter.
Yeah.
And kind of shut it down ourselves here in New Hampshire.
Right.
But yeah, look for that Band from the Button Factory tour coming soon. SG603, Sweet, Gat Helms, Max Nimbus. I'll send you some tracks to play.
Yeah, please do. Yeah.
Throughout the week, and yeah, I'll let you get going back to your show. I just wanted to let you know some big things popping here. My lawyer called me, let me know we're getting banned, and gotta go down there and sign some paperwork. So.
Oh, very nice, very nice. All right, Slicko. Well, congratulations, congratulations, continued success, and we'll talk to you soon, I'm sure.
All right, buddy. Take care.
All right, you too. Bye-bye. All right, that was a great Slicko. You can find out more slicko.org. 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 It's spelled exactly the way it sounds, my friends. So, wonderful. Let's see. We'll get into this Kamala Harris thing. Donald Trump Jr. Tweeted something. Actually, let me give out the number before we go any further. 603-250-6007. 603-250-6007. Or, of course, you can communicate in the Facebook live chat. I restarted the video, and it appears to be working. Hello to Henry Noel. No, I'm sorry, Wayne Noel. Henry is Wayne's brother. Hello to Wayne Noel in the Facebook live chat. So we've got a whole new level of birtherism going on here. As CNN.com is reporting, this just went up a few minutes ago, how Kamala Harris conspiracies festered online before making it to Trump Jr. So if you're not familiar with what Trump Jr., Don Jr. tweeted out earlier, prepare to be illuminated on that. It says here, attempts to undermine Senator Kamala Harris's racial identity had been festering on conspiratorial corners of the internet for months before being elevated to the mainstream by Donald Trump Jr. during last week's debate. An expert that tracks online misinformation tells CNN. In addition to efforts to undermine Harris's identity as a black woman, a false claim that Harris is not eligible to run for president because both of her parents are foreign-born has also been circulating. The claim has echoes of the false birther conspiracy that was spread about President Barack Obama And some of the same people involved in spreading that conspiracy are involved in circulating the false claims about Harris. Soon after Harris's debate-defining moment when she recounted being bused to school as a little girl, a swarm of Twitter accounts, many anonymous, began spreading disinformation about the senator's race. "You are not black," one Twitter user, who was suspended from the service the following morning, tweeted at Harris soon after the California senator confronted former Vice President Joe Biden about his comments on working with segregationist senators and his past opposition to busing. Trump Jr. amplified those attacks when, on Thursday, he shared a tweet sent by one user with the assertion, "Kamala Harris is not an African American. She is half Indian and half Jamaican." "Is this true? Wow," Trump Jr. asked, along with the shared tweet. He later deleted his tweet. A spokesman for Trump Jr. told the New York Times that there had been a misunderstanding. Quote, "Don's tweet was simply him asking if it was true that Kamala Harris was half Indian because it's not something he had ever heard before," unquote. Andy Sarabian, the spokesman for the Times, adding, quote, "And once he saw that folks were misconstruing the intent of his tweet, he quickly deleted it," unquote. Over the weekend, Harris's campaign and some of her Democratic opponents condemned the attacks. Lily Adams, the campaign communications director for Harris, told CNN, quote, "This is the same type of racist attack his father used to attack Barack Obama. It didn't work then, and it won't work now," unquote. Benjamin T. Decker, the founder of Memetica, a digital investigations consultancy, tracked a meme that tries to equate Harris to Rachel Dolezal, a white woman who portrayed herself as black. Remember her? Decker began tracking the online conversation about Harris after she announced her candidacy in January. At the time, Decker was a fellow at Harvard's Shorenstein Center studying online misinformation and the proliferation of extremist content across social media. Decker said the first instance of the meme he found online was from 2018 on the _Donald, a forum for Trump supporters on Reddit. Oh boy, Reddit. By the way, if you've never been on Reddit, it is a cesspool. The forum has been embraced by Trump and his circle, but last week Reddit quarantined the forum because of what it said were, quote, "threats of violence against police and public officials," unquote. Yeah, Reddit's actually been kind of clamping down. Of all the social media platforms that I'm aware of, they really, they've kind of been the slowest to do so, but they're actually starting to do that now. In terms of deplatforming and banning people and all that. Okay, so he then, Decker, tracked how the meme spread across Twitter, Pinterest, 4chan, and other platforms, writing about it for Politico earlier this year. Decker told CNN, quote, "By comparing Harris to Rachel Dolezal, the meme creators tried to stoke identity falsehoods about Harris's blackness, as well as suggesting that she is hiding the truth about who she is," unquote. Birther conspiracy theorists have also circulated material challenging Harris's eligibility to run for president. Harris, who was born in Oakland, California, is eligible to run for president. Decker explained, quote, "The adversarial attack on Harris's eligibility highlights how political disinformation operators recycle narratives that have had success in the past with hyper-partisan communities," unquote, adding that some of the main architects of the birther conspiracy against Obama are utilizing social media to spread similar falsehoods about Harris. Well, no surprise there. A Twitter spokesperson told CNN Sunday that accounts attacking Harris's race during the debate were not automatic bots. Quote, "We saw no coordinated use of automation during recent debates," unquote. But Decker said that without even the use of automated accounts, it was possible that individuals coordinated to spread the attacks. Automation, he said, is easier to detect, while groups of Twitter users coordinating to spread a smear is more difficult and presents an even more difficult challenge for Twitter. Harris has previously answered those who have questioned her black heritage. In an interview with the Breakfast Club DJ Envy and Charlemagne the God that aired in March, the show's hosts asked the California Democrat to address a series of derogatory memes that have circulated on social media. One of the hosts cited a meme that said Harris is, quote, not African American, unquote, because her parents were immigrants and she spent her high school years in Canada. Quote, so I was born in Oakland and raised in the U.S. except for the years that I have in high school in Montreal, unquote. Harris responded at the time with a laugh, quote, and look, this is the same thing they did to Barack. This is not new to us, and so I think that we know what they are trying to do. They are trying to do what has been happening over the last 2 years, which is powerful voices trying to sow hate and division, and so we need to recognize when we're being played, unquote, Harris said. So, I think the reason Don Jr. tweeted that out is, this is my theory. I think someone probably said to him, hey, dummy, Kamala Harris isn't the nominee, so let's hold off on the racism for now. Once she is the nominee, if she does become the Democratic nominee, obviously then, the Trump campaign can go full racist on her, and I'm sure they will. But she's not the nominee yet, so why do this? So someone probably kind of whispered that in his ear, and he was like, oh, yeah, that's true. No reason to do this now, unless he took some sort of weird joy in doing this now. But, I mean, I'm sure MAGA people think that this is all just fine, and, what's wrong with Donald Jr. doing that? But, what possible motivation could there be for doing something like that other than to, just be a racist D-bag? And it's weird, too, that, I mean, obviously anyone who thinks that Kamala Harris wouldn't be eligible for the presidency just because her parents were immigrants, I mean, that doesn't even make sense. It doesn't work that way. If you're born, even if her parents weren't U.S. citizens, it doesn't matter. If she was born here, she's a United States citizen. She's eligible to run if she was born in the United States. I mean, that's how it works. You might not like it, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't even matter the citizenship status of her parents at that point. If she was born here, she's a citizen, and she's free to run. So, now she did have her big moment at the debate when she went after Biden. What is interesting about that is, now that was a pretty great moment for her. I mean, that line she said, that little girl was me. That was quite a moment. That will go down in history as one of the great debate moments, no matter how you feel about it. And, whether or not you think the attacks on Biden are fair, or whether they have merit, or whether, she kind of has a point, but maybe, I mean, Biden, I certainly don't think Joe Biden is any kind of a racist. I mean, we can talk about busing and so forth, whether or not it was effective or whether or not it was the correct thing to do or whatever. But regardless of how you feel or what your opinions may be about the substance of the issues, just in terms of a debate moment, that was the moment coming out of those 2 nights of debates. And apparently it has helped her in terms of polling. So thehill.com is reporting that Harris has now surged past Elizabeth Warren, who was considered one of the early runners. I mean, Joe Biden, of course, considered the top front runner, and I think he still is considered such. But thehill.com reporting today, Senator Kamala Harris surged past Senator Elizabeth Warren to rank 3rd in the Democratic field after the first primary debate last week, according to a new Hill Harris X poll. The survey, which was conducted between June 29th and 30th among 247 registered voters, which is we have to say, I mean, that's a very small sample size, found that 11% of possible Democratic voters chose Harris as their first choice for president, compared to 9% of those who favored Warren. This marks a 6-point bump for Harris from when an identical poll was conducted 2 weeks ago. The previous poll, taken between June 14th and 15th, showed Harris and Warren, along with former Texas Congressman Beto O'Rourke and South Bend, Indiana Mayor Governor Pete Buttigieg, locked in a statistical tie for third place. Harris still trails Senator Bernie Sanders and former Vice President Joe Biden by solid margins. 33% of respondents picked Biden as their top choice. Meanwhile, 15% said Sanders was their preferred candidate, which marks a 2-point bump from the previous survey. Harris's rise comes amid what many consider to be a standout debate performance during last week's debate. Harris stole the debate spotlight after criticizing Biden for invoking his working relationships with 2 segregationist senators as an example of civility. The California senator also confronted the former vice president over his opposition to school busing to desegregate schools in the 1970s. Biden called Harris's criticism a mischaracterization of his views. He later tried to clarify his position, saying he believed that the issue should be resolved at the state level and that courts and not the education department should have set the rules on busing. Harris has stood by her comments and picked up more support following the debate, including 2 endorsements from Congressional Black Caucus members over the weekend. So there you go. So that definitely helped Kamala Harris in her contention for the Democratic nomination. But Don Jr., if you're listening, she's not the nominee yet. So you can let the racism just kind of simmer for a while. Just kind of put it on the back burner and, keep your powder dry. And then once she's the nominee, you can openly be the giant racist D-bag that you are. Right, Paul Cormier? Are you Paul Cormier today? Oh, I'm sorry. Let me put your mic on. I forgot.
Who's a racist?
Oh, Donald Trump Jr. I don't know if you noticed. He's kind of a racist.
He doesn't like Black Caucus?
I don't think he does. How are you today, Paul?
I'm great.
Yes. What brings you by?
Nothing.
Are you enjoying that it's kind of an empty room in a sense?
It's a barren room.
Yes, because tomorrow morning we're going to have a full contingent of folks here, apparently.
It's going to be a full house.
Yes, everywhere you look.
Right.
Yes, a little bit inside, I know, but
well, you make one promotion on Facebook,
yes.
One simple promotion on Facebook, and then everybody's going to be in on it.
Mm-hmm. It's gone viral. Yes.
20 people give it a thumbs up.
Yes. Wow, that's remarkable. Yes.
What Matt is referring to, ladies and gentlemen, is Matt and I will be on the morning show tomorrow with Peter White.
Yes.
Yes, it's going to be great.
Yes. Looking forward to that. It's been a long time since I've been on the morning show.
Yes, and Peter was outside earlier today joining me on a smoke break.
Oh.
And we talked about, I brought up, were the 3 of us together on the morning show one other time?
I believe so.
Just one other time, right?
Yeah, like a long time ago.
And was it a whole 2-hour thing, or I can't remember?
I think it might have been, yeah.
Well, tomorrow's not going to be a 2-hour thing because I can't do the 2 hours anymore. Haven't been able to do 2 hours.
Well, you do most of it, right?
I do up to 8:30.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I'll be there.
Yeah. I haven't been on in a long time. I usually wait for Pete to say something. I'm not one to invite myself onto the morning show.
Right.
Some folks will do that.
Well, yeah.
But I don't do that. To me, it just shows a lack of decorum. But some people will.
What are you saying? I just walked in here.
No. I don't mean you. I just mean some people, Paul Cormier. They just they see a post on Facebook and they just go, "Oh, I'll be there for that too." And it's
well, actually,
a little presumptuous,
right.
I think. But
Well, yeah, that did happen a couple of times. But
yes.
On that post that you're referring to.
Yes.
Right. But yes, actually, I do have to backpedal. I didn't just walk in because I did get a blanket invite from you. at one point, or many points in time, that I do have carte blanche.
Yes,
to
you
walk
do.
in here.
You have carte blanche, as they say.
Yes.
It's the only French I know, really.
Thank you.
Well, that and oui oui or something.
Right.
Yes, maybe French fries.
And I do work here, so I could always walk in here and pretend to be tidying up while you're doing the show.
That's true.
Right.
That's true. But I do enjoy your visits.
Well, thank you. I enjoy visiting you and the morning show and the weekly Dion. So.
Oh, wow. You know some French, too. Is that the correct pronunciation?
I would imagine so.
Because I'm a stickler for saying things correctly. If that's how you're supposed to say it, that's how I'll say it from now on.
Cormier.
The weekly Dion?
Dion.
Dion?
The weekly Dion?
Dion? The weekly Dion? That's kind of hard to say. It almost hurts my throat.
It's like saying Dion without the N.
Oh, okay.
Right? Dion.
Dion.
The weekly Dion.
But it sounds like you also say it very fast, though. Dion.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
That's how a French guy would say it, right? The weekly Dion.
Is that how they talk fast or something? Or does it just seem like they talk fast because they're speaking another language?
I don't know. That's a good question.
I've always had that theory. Like, you know how when people speak Spanish, it sounds like they're talking really fast?
Yeah.
But are they talking really fast? Or is it an auditory illusion? It seems like they're talking really fast because you can't actually understand them.
I think we're just listening too fast. I think we're overthinking their lingo.
That may be.
Right.
Yes.
And I want to just point out one other thing before we go on about the post about us being on tomorrow.
Yes.
You know, what a lot of people might not know out there is that Matt and I used to have a podcast years and 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 years ago.
Not that many years.
No, about 7 years ago.
Was it that long ago?
It was 2000. It was when I was sober for a year.
Where does the time go?
So it was 2011.
Okay.
So 8 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, where does the time go?
The Trump administration has caused all kinds of time distortion.
Wow.
Yeah.
So back then, we were on the air together. You were my co-host. It was actually reversed from what it is now.
Right.
I was the host, and you were the guy over here.
Yes, yes.
And Peter was on the other end of town doing a television show in this very, very building right here that I'm the television programmer for now.
Yes.
Right, in this very, very building.
Yes.
It's like a soap opera. You know what I mean? How things like maybe not.
Maybe
anyway,
not a soap opera.
So right. Anyway, sorry, clearing my throat.
Yeah.
But anyway, Peter, anyway. Long story short, Peter, I had a show back then, but Peter is saying here on my post that I used to click on my own show back then so many times to make my show be #1 on the charts.
Yes.
Which is such a cold thing to say.
But didn't you?
I didn't. Why would I do that?
I thought I heard you admit to it once, but you were probably kidding.
I never, ever admitted to doing something like. Why would I? First of all, to admit to doing something like that is one thing.
Right.
To do something like that is the. Wow, I was almost going to use a horrible word.
Oh, my goodness. You were almost about to go un-PC.
Right.
Oh, my.
Did you see my mouth, the word I was going to say?
I actually did, yes. Oh, my.
Yeah, it's not. I would not do anything like that.
Right.
And for you to give it a laugh emoji is even worse, man. No, I did not.
Okay.
I did not give my own television or radio show clicks to make it go #1.
It would seem a bit masturbatory to do something like that.
Well, in all honesty, I'm not saying I'm Howard Stern by any length.
Right.
But Matt, and God love you, and God love the great network we were on that you ran, but, I was up against verbal ejaculation and rock, paper, hand grenades. There wasn't the world's greatest shows to go up against. I wasn't really going up against much. We had great programming, you and me.
Yes.
It was you, me, and Kristen, and we had fun. We were fun and entertaining, and we played funny stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I mean, the rest of the stuff that you had, not the rest of it. There were a lot of things that I was going up against that was snooze festival.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Not snooze festival, snooze festival
right.
with a B.
Yes.
I said that correctly, by the way, ladies and gentlemen.
I believe you did, yes.
Yes. So, Anyway, that's my point. I didn't in other words, I didn't need to click on my own show 10,000 times to make it number one. It was just that way because nobody had any other choice, Peter White.
Right.
So, anyway, that's my point. I'm sticking with it.
You didn't think the Peter White Show had a chance of being number one? Is that what you're saying?
Well, no, he came on after I left.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? Essentially, he had his Peter White Show, but that occurred after I was done. You know?
Yeah, okay.
I mean, I would love for Retro Spectrum Radio, or would have loved back then for Retro Spectrum Radio and Peter White Show to go head to head back then.
Yes.
To see who would have made it.
Yes.
But that didn't happen. Those shows weren't on. Can we say that?
Yeah, you can say it.
You can say IPM Nation?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not supposed to really overtly promote it on the air, but you can.
There
It's how people know me.
I mean, there is somebody who has a TV show here who says IPM Nation, or did on one episode over and over again.
Oh yes, I know exactly what you're referring to. Yes, yes.
Gave you quite the plug one episode one night.
Yes, yes. And I hear some laughter in the corner about that. Yes. Well, the gentleman, he who we do not name on this show, he and I had a nice exchange recently.
I heard.
He was a guest on the weekly Dion.
Yeah.
And so he was entering the studio as I was leaving, and we shook hands and said hello, and it was pleasant. And his handshake was a little limp, but that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Little dead fish there, which is I always hate that. You ever shake someone's hand and they kind of give you the dead fish, and you're like, whoa, be a man, dude. Like, grip my hand, grip it.
Ooh,
you know what I mean?
I'm getting an anonymous text from somebody who's saying it should only be the three of us tomorrow. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Lock the doors, shut off all other mics, just the three of us.
Just the three of us.
And I don't understand what slideshow means. If you could reiterate what that means, sir.
I don't know what that means either.
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
In this context. Hello to Kristen Warner in the Facebook live chat, as well as Fred Bonig from the Daily Ripple. Fred was in there earlier, and I had to restart the video.
Philbrook. He says, put my name out there. It was Stephen Philbrook.
Oh well, he said that he said that on Facebook too. He was like, "Yeah, it should only be the three of you."
Oh,
so yeah.
Do you have me on camera?
I did earlier.
Yeah.
Would you like to be on camera again?
Not necessarily, but he says
you
I
are
look great in high def.
You are at the news desk.
Thank you.
You have a certain gravitas, if you will, as you're at the news desk. Oh yeah.
Hi, Mom.
Well, you don't look so newsy when you do that. You look like I don't understand, and I don't understand why you're making that face after you were just greeting your mother. This is all getting very strange.
Hi, Mom.
Looking at her all sexy. That's a little. I don't know what's going on. What part of the country are you from originally?
Black Caucus.
Yeah, sort of newsy of you. I don't know. I'm a little, boy, that's a little off-putting, to be honest.
Well, you're the one who said it first, Matt, not me. Coming up at 11 p.m., Black Caucus. You can say that all night.
Yes. Oh, Stephen Philbrook joins us in the Facebook live chat.
Wow, no kidding. He's texting me. He's on Facebook. Good to see he's got a life.
He heard about the Black Caucus, and he came running.
Right.
Came running.
Gotta love Black Caucus.
That's right. Yeah, so that'll be fun tomorrow morning on the morning show.
Yeah, we should have a blast.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Very good, very good. Have you run into John Hopwood lately? He hasn't been on my show in a while.
I saw John Hopwood, the great John Hopwood. I saw him Tuesday.
Oh, okay.
Last Tuesday.
For his television show, yes.
Yeah, the weird thing is last week, and I don't understand this, I was told that he was going to have 4 guests on Tuesday, and I think he's the one who told me it was going to be 4 women. And 4 guys showed up. And it was 4 elderly men. Like 4 elderly, like, stuffed shirt politician men.
You do know he's colorblind. John Hopwood.
Oh, well, that would explain it.
Yeah, so he's probably he was confused.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah, I noticed that. Yeah, because I archive his videos on the you already said it, the IPM Nation YouTube channel. We archive his show on there, and yeah, I noticed that it was 4 dudes. Yeah,
Yeah, I didn't understand that. I was waiting for 4 ladies to show up, and I got there, and sure enough, 4 guys.
well, maybe they brought dates and they were just all in the green room.
You're right.
I don't know. Yeah, John hasn't been on here lately. Oh, I do see Dr. Jeff Cassell in the Facebook live chat.
Hi, Dr. Jeff.
Let's see. Angela Philbrook says multitasking. Stefan Philbrook.
I guess he is.
And Stefan says, "Yeah, I'm not anonymous. I own my comments and suggestions."
He is
so
the
there
man.
You go. There you go. Yeah. I haven't seen John in here lately. I think my caller. Are you familiar with Chris James, who's been calling my show, the Vancouver comedian?
Not sure.
I think Chris scared John away. Chris he has a show on YouTube called Not Even a Show, and so he calls these different shows, and he does all these prank calls and characters and stuff, and he calls this show sometimes, and
maybe that's him.
And he puts the clips into his show, but John hates him.
Oh, good.
Yes,
Good.
he takes off the headphones and everything. Hi, welcome to Matt Connarton Unleashed. Who's this?
Hey, it's ECG. Hey, I'm going to take Stefan Philbrook's advice, and I'm going to see everybody on Monday.
Are you really?
Yeah, I'm going to do it. And I challenge Michael Martineau to stay home, too. So have a good rest of your show.
All right, homeboy.
All right, ECG.
I got to tell you, that's quite admirable of him.
Although he did have a very difficult time hanging up.
He did. Well, Easy G, if you're out there listening, listen, nobody is uninviting you to the show. You're absolutely welcome to show up.
He kind of made it weird by calling, didn't he?
I know, but it didn't sound like he was upset. It didn't sound like he was upset.
I know it didn't sound like it, but what if he's crying right now?
He's not.
He might be. He might be weeping into his pillow because he really wanted to be here.
It sounded like he did that quite respectfully because he said, and I also challenged Michael Martineau to not show up too.
I could hear the heartbreak in his voice.
No, I didn't.
I think he's really sad. Stefan Philbrook says winning in the Facebook Live. Stefan also says, where has virtual Hoppy been? Well, virtual John Hopwood, of course, is always here.
I mean, it's not funny. It's nothing.
He just sometimes he hesitates before he speaks, but
I hate being bored.
But yeah, he always has something to say. Have you ever met virtual John Hopwood, Paul Cormier?
I have just once. He wouldn't let me get a word in edgewise, but hey, that's Hopwood.
Right? Yes. Well.
Oh boy! Wow! What a stunning life you must have. What a stunning worldview.
He is a bit verbose.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he just likes to talk and talk.
Hi, John. Hi, virtual John Hopwood. How are you?
I mean, do you think you disturb me at all? You're just wasting airtime. I mean, come on, dude.
Well, I'm sorry. I was just asking how you were doing.
The shtick it sucks.
It's not shtick. I'm being honest with you, virtual John.
What a jackass.
Well, that's kind of...
Who gives a Who gives a damn?
Well, did you get up on the wrong side of the bed today, John? I'm just talking to you, buddy.
Oh my God, I'm so devastated.
Wow, boy, he's really. I don't think virtual John Hopwood cares for you any more than the real John Hopwood does for comedian Chris James, host of Not Even a Show.
But for some reason, I could talk to that thing all day.
I know, right? Well,
Listen to somebody. I'm not just saying Lenny Bruce or something, and get a better routine.
Wow, he's criticizing your comedic skills and everything. He is brutal.
Yeah, well, let's say it. Come and say it in person. Come say it in my face.
Wow.
All right.
He's really he's aggressive.
He's on
that
fire.
Virtual John Hopwood.
Yes.
Yeah, he's very.
Oh, I know what's on the TV.
Now he's mocking you.
Wow.
I think he's mocking your love of MASH.
Mm.
Oh.
My brain is clogged with all sorts of stuff, Twinkies. I'm not an imbecile. When are the food stamps? You can go down and pick up your cheese now.
This is getting a little personal.
It is.
Yeah, virtual John Hopwood is very rude. Well, what are you gonna do?
Is that Ryan Gorman?
No, it's Paul Cormier. Just, he doesn't even know who you are.
Oh,
Can you
it's-
believe that?
Yeah, really. Ryan Gorman.
Yeah.
I'm not nearly as handsome as Ryan Gorman, virtual John Hopper.
Oh, well.
I don't know who that is, and I don't care.
It's me, Paulie C.
Boy, I'll tell you, this virtual John Hopwood, he's kind of a prick.
Wow. Kinda.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well,
My neurons weren't wired on a matrix from a gambling program used on your social media. I mean, my God.
well, touche.
I guess he told me.
Yes,
Shut me right down.
Yes, he did. Wow.
God.
Oh,
Anyway,
boy.
Matt. So, yeah, tomorrow morning, the morning show, folks. Tune in from 7 to 9 a.m.
Yes.
It's going to be me and Matt and the great Peter White.
Yes. Stefan says, I could listen to Paul talk to virtual John for days. Wow. That's very nice.
What do you think, John? You want to take this act out on the road, buddy? We could be virtual John and Costello.
You're a bore. You don't have anything to say.
Oh, great. Thanks.
I guess that's a no.
Well, John, you could feed me my lines. What do you say, buddy? It's a win-win. What do you
don't
think?
even. You're not funny, dude. You don't. It's not even. There's not even anything in here. No sparkle. No satire. No anything.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is you could feed me my lines, John. Then I'd be funny, is what I'm saying.
Oh, jeez. Did you have to smoke that crap too?
Forget it.
Wow.
Forget it.
Well, I just
Oh, wow. Yeah, sure. Ooh.
Oh,
Yeah.
Rub it in, John. Rub it in.
all right, virtual John Hopwood. Well, that's enough. Oh, hello to Thomas Massengale in the Facebook live chat. Tom's a very close friend of the real John Hopwood. So, hey, Tom. Now, we're just hanging out with. We were hanging out there with virtual John Hopwood for a minute because we haven't seen the real John Hopwood in a while.
I only fought when the woman is outside of the duck.
Yes.
Outside of the what?
I don't know. I couldn't really quite
Outside
understand
of the duck?
It kind of sounded like that. Yes. I don't know.
Jeez, how much dope have you smoked? I mean, hardy, right?
Whoops.
Right, John.
All right. Well, we got to go. So be sure to tune in the morning. We'll be Paulie C and I on the morning show with Peter White, 7 to 9 a.m.
Yeah.
And that's it for now. Thank you, Slicko, for calling in earlier. And if you missed any part of today's show, it'll be up in just a little bit at WMNHradio.org. And Easy G, I hope you're okay. We'll talk at y'all a little bit later. Bye, everybody.
All right, we gotta go. We're running out of time for the show.